Let's start off our day with something wonderful or hear a story about someone being marvelous. Let's make today Wonderless. This is the show that gives you a daily dose of happy, uplifting, feel-good stories from around the world. Welcome to another episode of Wonderless News. I'm Hoyt Christopher. Let's get right to it. So our first segment is herd of cows saves stranded baby seal pup. I mean, come on now. I love this. All right, so this farmer in the UK noticed that their cows were circled around this puddle in the field. That's weird, right? They're like, that's not normal. Our cows don't normally do that. So they walked up and they noticed that in the puddle is this little baby seal pup. And apparently what they think happened was when the tide came up, right? It came up, it was a high tide. The baby seal pup was hanging out with mommy. And I don't know, mommy went off to do whatever mommy was doing. And baby seal pup was stuck when the tide came back and was lower. It was stuck in the field and it happened to be in this little puddle. So, I mean, whoa. Poor thing. So the farmer discovered they were, that the seal pup was about 5 days old, and it appeared she was, separated from her mother, like I said, when the tide went out. So look, it's a happy story as it is here on this podcast. They saved the seal pup. They got the seal pup back in the water and nursed back to health and ready to go find mommy. I don't know if they found mommy or not. It didn't mention it. Let's hope they did. If not, how these groups are. They probably, will have it at some sort of nature reserve, and nurse it back to health and then release it into the wild when appropriate and at the right age. But thankfully, the seal pup is okay, and it looks like the cows are doing just fine too. Big hero for the cows, helping out the seal pup. All right, next segment. Ohio school bus driver called a hero after saving student from a passing car. All right, this is interesting. As I've mentioned, I got kids. My two oldest are riding the school bus every day, and I love my kid's bus driver. She is so sweet. She loves both my kids. She's so friendly and so protective of those kids, especially my son. And I love that. As a parent, you love having other parents or individuals in those positions to really support and protect your kids, right, when they're not with you. So what happened was this school bus driver in Ohio is basically was going to let the kids out, right? So this kid, it was stopped, getting ready to drop off the kids. But before this little young boy started to exit the bus, he was just about ready to walk out of the bus. The driver notices an oncoming vehicle that's not paying attention, and was definitely going to and passing the bus on the wrong side, right? So on the right side where they shouldn't. And just grabbed the kid, pulled him back, saved him, right? Grabbed his backpack and pulled him back. Saved the kid. Wow. And the car drove by, and, someone should probably yell at that car, man. What the heck? I mean, these big, giant yellow school bus. How can you miss the school bus? If it stopped, there's kids coming off, man. You can't just drive by. But the school bus driver is a hero. So big round of applause for this school bus driver. I don't see her name in the segment or the news article, so I can't give her a shout out, but hey, to all bus drivers out there, thank you for always protecting our kids. We need more of you, more heroes like you in our world. All right, well, look, now it comes to the Wonderless moment of the day, brought to you by Rise by Shaman Angelina. She has amazing handmade coastal jewelry that she sells on her site. It's incredible stuff. The link to her site on Etsy is in the description of the show, so go ahead and check it out. Go there, grab some items. Great stuff for birthdays, weddings. I thought it would be great for bridesmaids. All the bridesmaids would have the same type of jewelry. The one thing about her items is that every piece is unique because every piece of glass that she uses in a pendant is something that she found uniquely, in the sand and on the beach. So it's not something she tumbles in a machine or anything like that. So they're all very unique and incredible. But this moment is going to be of a cheetah, my daughter's favorite animal, a cheetah, and a little cool sound or music with that. So check this out. You know what? A cheetah used to be my favorite animal. When I was a kid, I remember that do you ever do that when you were a kid? Like, if you could be any animal, what would you be? Right? I mean, I think that was common. We also had the one, if you found $10,000, what would you do with it? But for an animal, it was a cheetah because they run so fast. I always just wanted to run that fast. Of course, I was a swimmer, which made no sense. I guess maybe because I wasn't a runner and was swimming so much that it would be great to be able to run fast too. Probably could have chosen swimming fast, like I don't know, like a dolphin. But so great little moment of the day by our sponsor, Rise by Shaman Angelina. Thanks again. Next segment, the school that solved its teacher shortage by recruiting its own students. Okay, I love this. So Florida principal Adam Lane tapped into his alumni network and started recruiting students to become teachers and other staff members while they were still enrolled at Haines City High School in Central Florida. So this is great. He talks about like the mentality of a principal is to prepare these students to go on to leave high school and go, to college and go have careers and whatnot. But then he realized that he was having a difficult time recruiting teachers to teach at his school. And he goes, you know what? As a principal, he needs to have a great staff and obviously having teachers and having great teachers for our kids is really important. So he started working with the kids and promoting being a teacher while they're still in school. And he would find different kids and say, hey, wouldn't you like to be a teacher? And he talks with them about it. And honestly, this guy has really changed this. I mean, it makes sense, right? I don't think any principal, I shouldn't say anybody, I don't think it's that common. I never saw that mentality when I was in high school. I didn't notice that the principal or other faculty members were talking to us students and saying, hey, wouldn't you like to be a teacher? No one ever asked me that. No one ever asked me in high school if I wanted to be a teacher and if I would come back after college and teach at the high school. Although I loved my high school and, I guess if it paid more, I would have done that. But that shouldn't be the only reason why we choose to be a teacher. In fact, the real reason should be because you're helping other kids or helping kids in general. But this guy's doing great. I mean, he says today, 35 of the school's 147 teachers are or were part of the Haines City High School alumni, right? So they had gone to the school and now they're teachers. And this is awesome. So he's continually pushing that envelope and trying to get more teachers from his student body. Great job, Principal Adam Lane. I like that. Continue on your mission. And the more teachers that we have that are enthusiastic about being there, the better off our kids are going to be and the better off we as parents will be. So, all right. Wonderlous Thought is really going to springboard on teachers and career, right? So being a teacher, as we know, it's a really important career. It's not... I think it's regarded with a lot of respect, but I don't think it gets the monetization value that it should, right? There's the value financially to be a teacher is not as high as it should be. If we provided a higher salary, higher income to teachers or more benefits even, I believe that we would have better teachers, right? And I love all the teachers my kids have. I think that we've gotten I've been fortunate that the teachers that we're involved with at our schools with my kids are fantastic. And I think most teachers that are going to be there, they want to be there because it doesn't pay enough, right? So, I mean, I think that's what a lot of teachers say. So I think they're doing the right job, but switching this and flipping this. So really pushing to have a career in teaching is something that's regarded and appreciated financially, regarded more highly and appreciated more financially, would be a great way for us to expand and improve the numbers of schools in your area. I noticed that where I live, I'm very fortunate that the schools are rated, anywhere between a 9 and a 10 out of 10. But there's other schools across the country and throughout California, for example, that, they're 2s and 3s, man, a 2 and a 3. And if we can get those numbers up, and I believe we always should have those numbers up, I think it's ridiculous. Shouldn't schools be always an 8, 9, or 10, at the very least an 8? We expect the same from a place that we eat at, right? A restaurant has to be approved by the city health department to make sure that it's safe for you and I to eat. Why are schools not rated, or they are rated, but why are they not forced to improve to numbers that are adequate for our kids to learn in? And so everyone gets a fair shot. Every kid in the US, in every city across the country, regardless of race, ethnicity, income level, whatever it is, are provided the schooling and a school that is rated at a higher level. It should be a moot point. It should just be part of what we do here in this country. So maybe if you're listening out there and you have the ability to start pushing that, let's do that. I'm fortunate my kids are going to a rated 9 or 10 school. But for those of you that are forced to either put your kids in a 3 or a 4, or better yet, you have to do private schooling because that city doesn't have a school that's rated high enough, I feel for you. We need to change this. So look, if you have a positive, feel-good story of your own, send it to me. The email is right there on the screen, wonderlessnews@gmail.com. And again, thanks again for watching and listening, or listening and watching. I'm Hoyt Christopher. This is Wonderless News. I'll see you tomorrow.